I think the assets over liabilities is very important.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. What are assets and liabilities? Well, this is something that's very near and dear to us. Not only is it our company slogan, but it's our lifestyle mantra. An asset is anything that adds value to a person, a business, or a company. The more assets you have, the more your company's worth. And yes, people can be assets because they can add value to all of the above. Some examples of assets are real estate, stocks, commodities such as silver, gold, platinum, collectibles, trading cards, sneakers, jewelry, some cars. All these things can appreciate over time and add value to somebody's overall net worth. A liability, well, that's the complete opposite. That's anything that removes value from a person, business, or company. So the more liabilities you have, the less your company's worth. And the less productive you will be if you're the person that's a liability or that has to deal with someone that is a liability. And some examples of liabilities are taxes, loans, mortgages, cars, right? Sometimes we have a high car note that'll cost us more than we can afford, or people who aren't as productive that they need to be inside of our business, which will eventually cost us money.
So that's important because that shows that's our slogan. That's over liabilities, and explaining that in detail is vitally important to children. I had my shirt on yesterday, and I was my son was getting some training, and the guy, one of the guys, the coach, he was like, his dad used to tell him every single day, you're either going to be an asset or a liability, and it's become part of the vernacular for the culture. But just explaining that even outside of business, as far as asset over liability, you got to kind of drill things in people's minds. That's vitally important. This is why mantras are important, right? You say the same thing over and over and over again, you get to learn it, right? And it stays with you, right? So when you start to, drill these things in young people's minds, they learn assets and they learn liabilities. That's two of the most important words that they're going to learn, because it's going to carry with them in so many different variables in life outside of finances. They're going to make decisions and they're going to say, okay, is this person an asset to me or is this person a liability? Is this going to be negative to my life or is this going to be positive to my life, right? And just learning those two words can actually change your life, because you start to look at things differently. You start to actually evaluate. That's the whole point. It's an accounting term. As far as on a balance sheet, you have liabilities and assets. Actually, on the accounting sheet, the assets is below liabilities, but for purposes of playing with the words, it's assets over liabilities in our world. But when you start to look at life in that lens, you look at life completely different, because you realize that it's a win-lose game. Life is a win-lose game, right? And you can only lose so much before you lost, right? So when you look at it from that standpoint, everything that you do, you're tallying it up in the back of your mind. Like, damn, okay, I'm buying this, but this is taking money out of it, and I'm not getting anything from this. You can only do that so much before you have a negative bank account. I got 3 friends, and then none of them are doing anything with their life. They're smoking weed all day. They just, fucking around. All right, well, eventually you're going to be that 4th one, right? You have 3 liabilities in your life. It's only a matter of time before you become a liability yourself. You can't have every single person around you that's doing nothing and think that you're going to be the one person that's going to outshine the whole situation. No, you're just going to be. So explaining that to them on a financial level. But like I said, it was crazy because like he said his dad told him that every morning, you're either going to be a liability or an asset in this world. That was the mantra before he walked out of the house. You're going to be a liability or you're going to be an asset. Don't be a liability, be an asset today. Just be an asset. Anything you do, just be an asset. Don't add, right? It's a simple philosophy, but really getting kids to understand that, I think is vitally important. Don't be a liability in life, ladies and gentlemen.
Please.
Be an asset.
Please.
If you don't do anything else,
do us all a favor.